Hey, what's up everybody? It's Chris here from chrisducker.com. Thank you very much for tuning in. And today I'm going to be showing you very quickly in this video the exact 10 steps you need to follow in regards to how to work with your virtual assistant to manage your blog. Okay, now if you want to see the written or the really in-depth version of this video, you can head over to the blog at chrisducker.com/bloggingva. So the first step is to go ahead and actually create the content. Now, I always say that this is the one thing as content creators, as business owners in the 21st century, that we shouldn't be outsourcing, all right? So this is your job. It's always your job. It's always going to be your job as the expert, as the boss, as the blogger, to go ahead and actually create the content. Now, when you're doing that, make sure you do it in a Word doc, because you'll be able to then go ahead and use the spell check, the grammar check, and all the other sort of tools that are plugged into Word, which means that your VA will do less sort of checking and formatting and things like that. So that's step one. Now, once you've got that put together and you're happy with the content that you've created, you send it over to your VA via Dropbox. This is step two. So what you need to do is you need to create a folder in your Dropbox account that is going to hold all of your posts. All right, you need to have one central location, and then you're going to share that folder with your virtual assistant. And all you then need to do is whenever you create a new piece of content as a Word document, you just drag and drop that document into that shared Dropbox folder, and then you send a quick Skype message or a quick email or whatever to your VA to alert them that there's a new blog post waiting in there for them to go ahead and start working on. That leads us on to part 3 of this little 10-step process, which you then go ahead and have your VA. This is sort of where everything gets turned over to your VA now. Your VA will load that post into WordPress. They'll clean up the layout a little bit. They'll use or choose an image rather to go ahead with and use with the post. And 9 times out of 10, you want to try and get to the point of utilizing your own images so that nothing comes back to bite you in the butt in regards to copyright and things like that. All right. If you do want to go ahead and use other people's images, just be nice and ask for their permission and make sure you give them a credit. So what will happen is, just to really kind of give you an example of this step, when you load your or when your VA rather loads the blog post that you've created into WordPress, it might not look perfect straight away. So there's a few gaps and a few things that they need to do to clean that up. So that leads us on to step 4, where your VA will actually format the layout of the post itself. So they're going to create some different bold, they're going to get some italics in there to try and get certain amounts of the the content, the text itself, to pop out at the reader. They might even add some quote boxes in there as well, which is really good for emphasizing very key aspects of the content that you create. And they might even add 1 or 2 additional images in there as well. After that, they're going to move on to creating H2 tags, which the layman's terms of that is the subtitles that you'll have that will break up your content. There's nothing worse online when it comes to reading a blog post than having a piece of content that was just one big long piece of writing, or text rather. So we break our content up with these subtitles. Make sure that they're always the same in regards to the the size. Don't be scared to try new things on different blog posts. So maybe you might want to go with a H2 tag or maybe a H4 tag, which means one is going to be slightly larger than the other, and try and use different colors to make them pop out as well and give the reader a little bit more of an easier way to break down the content that you've produced for them. This is a perfect example here where you can see this is from one of my recent blog posts where I talk about different elements of a very successful small business website, and number 3 in that list of 9 or 10 I believe was to produce some sort of an opt-in offer. So you see the opt-in offer subtitle at the top very clearly shows the reader that this is a new section of the content, and we've utilized an image there to sort of prove our point in a visual way as well. Number 6, your VA will go ahead and then create image tags. Now this is really important because it's very, very good for Google. Your images will also come up in image searches as well, which then will in turn link to your written content as well. So always have your VA include an image title and an image alt tag as well. Following on from that, your VA will then go ahead and start working on the internal linking on that piece of content that you created as well. So the first thing you need to make sure that your VA does is include at least 1 or 2 links back to relevant older posts that you've already created yourself. All right, only relevant. Don't just drop links in there for the sheer fun of it. Google won't like that either. You can then have maybe 1 or 2 links to other bloggers in your blogging network as well, which is really important. You should be networking with other bloggers to sort of, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours sort of type of thing on marketing and promotion and things like that as well. Again, don't overdo it. 1 or 2 links is all you really need, and try and put in 1 high authority link in there. So a link to Wikipedia or a link to a really, really big blog such as maybe the entrepreneur.com blog or something like that is really good for your content as well. After that, your VA will perform an SEO checkup. Now, this is really important to make sure that all of the title and the meta tags are matching and that they're listed properly. You've got to make sure that your keywords are in the content of your post as well as in the post URL. Here's a perfect example of the post that I created to go along with this video at chrisducker.com/bloggingva. You'll see here, however, the actual full URL, which is how to work with a virtual assistant to manage your blog. That's my keyword. So that's my focus keyword. I make sure it's in the SEO title. My VA will then also create a little meta description and make sure that she includes it in the keywords as well. Next up is number 9, and your VA will then go ahead, and once this is all done, she'll save that as a draft post. It won't go live, and then she'll send you a quick message or a Skype or tweet or something and let you know that there is a post ready and waiting and formatted. This is where you go ahead and read that entire post and make sure you do that in the preview mode so that you can see it in exactly the same way that your visitors and your readers will see it as well. And once you're happy, you go ahead and get the final say. You either publish the post immediately or you go ahead and schedule it for a later date. And then your VA, once it's live, can record that post in your blog content bank. Now, if you'd like a little bit more information on this particular topic, again, please head over to the blog chrisducker.com/bloggingva, where you can see the entire process laid out in a lot more detail than I've talked about in this quick video. And you'll also be able to download my publishing calendar schedule template, as well as that blog content bank template as well. So you can actually use those templates with your VA directly with your blogging. I hope you've enjoyed the video, everybody. If you've got any additional questions, just comment on the post or follow me on Twitter at Chris Ducker. I always love to hear you guys, and I'll see you again in the video very, very soon. Take good care.